relate that to my buy order, and I can set my conditions. Okay, whenever the take position event has happened in my trigger stage, I want to enter directly. So this has to be directly true. This will allow me to enter as soon as the trigger stage has validated true and my take position has been validated true. I will instantly join the market. And we can set a take profit and stop loss. Remember that Superalgos runs on your computer, so everything is on your computer. Even though you might see a stop loss line somewhere here, we say we enter at the crossing of the support line here, and then we follow the market and we see our stop loss line somewhere here, and it breaks here. We actually don't have any stop loss order at the exchange yet, because this is being run on your computer, and if the stop loss is executed on your computer, it sends a sell order. So it's built to you can hide your strategies from the exchange because it all runs on your computer, and you only execute orders to the exchange.
But it's also more dangerous than in terms of
if you have power outages or anything like that. It can be dangerous. But then you can use limit orders instead. To have your stop loss order as a limit order below it. Or no, you cannot. Wait, you have to put the stop loss at the exchange. Yeah. I've been experimenting that. Some exchanges don't allow you to put a limit sell below price, because that will trigger as a market order. Going through the close stage, you can have several different exits. You can allow your strategy for dollar cost averaging into a trade, and then you can also step out of the trade as well. So you can have multiple orders set at different trades. That's basically how the trading strategy works. It's circular. So you're trading trigger on, open stage, close stage, and goes around. Everything that happens in your trade you can access also because it's stored in the trading engine. So trading current has a lot of things to it that you can still access and use for your trading strategy. For instance, if I used to only use my begin rate of my current trade. This is the path to exit using this. So the begin rate here in the trading current episode begin rate. If I would use this in a strategy, I would relate to this. So this is the path to this. This carries the entry point, the entry rate that I enter the market. You can find it all in here in the trading engine. Hovering over node, you copy the node path, and you can use that in your trading system. A lot of usable stuff in here. You can access trading last also, so you have the position, last market order, limit order, strategy and position. You can also access the different orders that has been executed currently. And this was kind of the thing that made it more useful for me, because these are things that are hard to find in the commercial user-friendly stuff, because it gets very detailed. Going back to the question here, indicators. They are built up in here at the data mine. So this is the place where I hang around the most. So you can create your own indicators. If you think that some indicators could have more use of integrating volume into them as well, or you want to port a MineScript indicator to JavaScript, you do it here. Let's take the one that we saw on the chart, the SR shows. So build it up, correlating what is needed and when it should start processing for the market, data, daily data. And then you have basically in here in the procedure JavaScript code, there is the code for it. We'll do like this, so it's more readable. So this is basically what you enter. Code it in JavaScript, processes, and you get the outcome. Assign it to different variables. So this indicator has 7, 9 lines. Huh? Zoom. I'm sorry. How do I do that? Do this. Huh? That doesn't work.
The control and the plus sign.
Yeah, sure. That should be it. So this outputs and saves 9 different variables that I use. And if you look at the chart, it's these lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have a field that's 7, 6, and 7. And it highlights different areas depending on conditions. And for every indicator you build, you can customize it how to visualize it by plotter. So this is my field. Mainly, I've been using Superalgos'u for 3 years. Still finding new stuff because development pushes further. What is going on right now is the signaling system is being tested and documented. There is a portfolio manager already coded, like we said, but the community haven't caught up to Luis yet. So, but the portfolio manager is about trading multiple assets and asking your accountant do I have enough money to take this trade on this pair, and coordinate different actions. If you should buy or sell. The signaling system is getting there. And in the best way of worlds, we would have a mobile application. Like you can easily just subscribe to someone's signals and put the keys into the cell phone, and voila, you're trading from that signal among yourself and without having Superalgos maybe installed on your computer or anything like that. So this is the basic overview of the Superalgos.
Okay, so now I think we can take thank you, Carl. We can take some questions, whatever you want. I know that some people haven't seen this yet before, and some people are more deeply using. So this is the time to ask whatever you want, technical and non-technical. You can help me visualizing if I'm answering about anything.
Yes.
So don't be afraid, ask anything, whatever you want. Yes.
Are those graphs for single trade, single asset, or combined trades?
Can you say it again, please?
Are those for single trades or combined trades? Can you combine trades?
What do you mean by combine?
Like for instance, you sell two assets, you buy two assets, and
Like pair trade.
like combine several trades.
Is it for just one coin, or you can use it multiple coins for one strategy? That question.
Well, okay, good question. That's where this portfolio manager concept is for. I mean, the system is designed in a way that the basic strategy that you build it for one specific market, okay? For Bitcoin, dollar, or for Ethereum, Bitcoin. That's the unit of work, let's say. If you want to combine more markets, then it comes to the concept of what we call the portfolio manager, okay? The portfolio manager represents the entity in a trading team that has decision of how to allocate funds to different strategies, right? So each strategy can talk to the portfolio manager and somehow ask the portfolio manager if it should execute a certain order or not, and to which extent, for the size of the order or things like this. Okay, so the portfolio manager can answer to each individual strategy. So even though that each strategy lives inside one specific market, you might run two or more strategies that are coordinated by this entity, that in the end it will produce the result of having multiple strategies on different markets coordinated by themselves using the same resources. Okay, so the answer is yes.
So can you define stop loss for the portfolio?
Pretty much yes, because all the logic of the portfolio manager is done by the concept that we have of conditions and formulas. Okay, so when we talk about conditions, we are talking about a code that is arbitrary. You can write whatever code you want. Okay, and when we talk about formulas, you can also write whatever code you want for that formula. Okay, so you can freely implement inside those code snippets whatever logic you want. The portfolio manager doesn't have, in contrast to an individual strategy, a framework that defines specifically the stop loss and the take profits. If you see the framework for strategies, we have a framework that it comes from this trader, friend of ours, that he divides the process of a strategy between 4 different stages: the trigger stage, the open stage, the managed stage, and the closed stage. Okay, so essentially the execution of the strategy is going from one stage to the other, depending on certain events. Okay, and inside the managed stage, we manage the stop loss and the take profits with different formulas and also in different phases. Okay, very explicitly, because we have a framework for that. Okay, the portfolio manager doesn't have a framework that specifies explicitly the stop loss and management, but you can do it yourself by the logic you put inside the formula. Okay, in the code. Make sense?
Yeah, I understand.
So basically, how if I should visualize this, you could have formulas in the portfolio manager as a general, you know, that's the regulatory work, and you can have your orders being executed by what the portfolio manager says. So
the portfolio manager is an entity above the trading strategy that is coordinating the same pool of resources. Okay? Essentially, that's the concept. Yes.
Is it possible to use text such as funding swap and use swap? Is it possible to conversion to my wallet?
There is one guy that is working on that direction, and he made some advances, but I think that the status is that he hasn't finished yet. But he was working on the direction of, because today we are constrained to executing against centralized exchanges. Okay, we are using this open source library called CCXT that is quite popular now. So whatever that library supports at the level of exchanges, we are supporting, because it's just a parameter which is the exchange and which is the market. Okay? But the execution against decentralized exchanges is still not finished. There's one guy that I know that is working on that direction, but it's taking some time for him to.
Is there any calendar? No.
The thing is that I cannot say there is a calendar, because it depends on the individual people and what they are willing to do. And nobody's paid for this, nobody is an open source project. So this guy is Brett, for example, he lives in the US, has a few children, sometimes he goes on holiday. You know, this goes like this. He's going to do it whenever he finds the time.